What's going on, fam? Back at it again with another day of hey, we got arms and shoulders. You already know it. Oh man. Could have leaning by the day, dog. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, we got some arms and shoulders going on today. Nothing too crazy, just a simple day we got. Right now we're finna warm up on some shrugs, go crazy, go slap crazy. Woke up the same weight we did yesterday. Woke up at 214, which is good, meaning that we didn't have any high days today. This week, usually Fridays we usually be waking up high, but it's been stagnant, so I guess that's a good sign. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna warm up and get started. One thing I wanted to bring up is like, what's some of the things I wish I knew before I started lifting, or when I first started lifting. The first thing is, it's really not that hard, honestly. Especially like if you coming from like a athletic background. It's not hard. Like, you may think it's that hard to stay in shape like that. It's not. All you gotta do is have a somewhat decent diet and train probably like 3-4 times a week. You'll be straight. You gotta have like a good structure and have somebody, like, you know what I'm saying, teach you on what to do. And then just do that for the rest of your life and you're good. Getting literally obese or fat or whatever, you'll literally have to try based off the knowledge you'll know about how food works and how to lose weight. You don't have to run, you don't have to do all that extra HIIT, all that extra sweating that you think you have to do. Man, you don't have to do all that. You don't even take all that, honestly. It really don't. What else? A lot of people think you gotta take steroids to look good too. I never thought that, but like, yeah, a lot of people got that conception of thinking like, oh, the only way you can look that good unless you're on steroids. Like yesterday when I was at work, somebody like, yeah, he's on steroids. I'm like, I appreciate it. I never get offended with that. I really appreciate that because, like, yeah, that's a compliment. You think I'm on steroids? You think I'm rich, and then also you think my physique is that good. That's crazy. The steroids are expensive, bro. $4,000 a month for them little ass balls. Who's gonna pay that? Hell nah. Hell nah. Crazy as hell. But nah, yeah, that's one thing though for sure. That's the main thing is that it's really not that hard once you learn everything. Basic nutrition, how to train properly. It's really not that difficult, really. Such a common thing. It's like just like oh shit. So why do most people on the cut, they fail their cuts, right? Most people, I would say, probably do like an 8 to 12 week cut, right? During the summer to get right for the summer. We're not talking about like people that bodybuild or anything like that. Just talking about regular, average day people, right? Lifestyle people. I would say the reason that they fail so much is because if they don't see a significant drop in their weight in the first 3 weeks, they typically give up on it. Honestly, it's really that. They don't believe in the consistency, and then sometimes they want that instant gratification. Whatever. They're not really tracking their foods. They're not even tracking their weight. So let's say hypothetically, they've been coming for 3 weeks straight, right? Eating clean and stuff like that, and they never track their weight. So they track their weight the second week, and they see it was at, let's say, just throw some numbers, is at 220. Then the next week they check their weight on some random day, and then they see it's at 225. And they're like, what? like not understanding that your body and your weight fluctuates up and down every single day. It depends on depending on the glycogen that you're intaking, sodium, how much water you drunk. All that stuff plays a part. You know what I mean? Stress levels, all that stuff plays a part to how your weight will go up in the next morning, or how much your weight below the next morning. It just all plays a part. And also, a lot of people don't even track their weight when they first wake up in the morning. And that's something that I didn't even know neither. So there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like, you have people that go step on the scale after they just did cardio or hitting a sauna for like an hour. Then they'll see like that significant drop, thinking that they lose. That's the weight, how much they weigh. But that's not true. You just literally drained yourself from all the water that's in you for sitting in a sauna or running. You know, so it's all those things that play a factor. So they get really discouraged, which I feel them. I feel, cause I also get discouraged too. And I'm pretty like accurate on how I track my things. I just have to go back and look and see the trends. And if the trend is still going down, then I'm still doing good. But with them, they have nothing to look at. They have nothing to look back on and be like, am I still on the same trend? You know. So I think it's definitely that. It's just all about consistency and just tracking what they're doing. Like tracking their food, tracking their weight, paying attention to how much water they're intaking, sodium. There's so many other factors, but these are all like nuances that a lot of people don't know. That's why sometimes it's kind of good to get a coach if you're not really that passionate about learning about how to do it, you know? So I would suggest getting a coach if you just want somebody to just do it for you. It's always the easiest way. Always the easiest way. But we on the second one. We went up to like 35s on this. These are light. Like I'm genuinely getting really strong on this damn cut. It's ridiculous. Sorry, yeah, we on some lateral raises on the machine. I think since we're getting closer to the show, I'm 7 weeks out. When it comes down to like the arms, we're probably gonna knock it down to like 2 sets. So this one's gonna be 2 sets, and then rear delt's gonna be 2 sets. On the pec deck, gonna be 2 sets, and then just gonna go from there. But yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing like, for sure, like do like 2 sets, not overly pushing myself too hard. Yeah, we don't want to do that. You know, we definitely ain't trying to get hurt. Right now, I'm really flat right now. You see my arms look depleted. Is social media helping or hurting your fitness goals? I can really just say like for a lot of people, like when they see people on social media, they have these weird expectations when it comes down to the gym, not knowing what like an actual average but above average body looks like. They think that that person has to look like C-Bomb or Nick Walker or Derek Lunsford or something like Samson Dada. Like, you don't have to look like those people. Those are like the top 0.001% of the world. You know what I mean? You don't have to look like that to be considered a very in shape guy, you know? I feel like it's definitely social media is like a factor that kills a lot of people's motivation to like even try, you know? A lot of people think they gotta look like this and that. Like, to be honest with you, a lot of people in these like commercial gyms be having like nice physiques compared to the rest of the population, you know? I just feel like social media definitely takes away that joy of coming to the gym because you see other people, and then something that we typically do as people is we compare ourselves to the people. Like, I hold myself to such a higher standard than I would if I didn't have social media. And it's a good thing and a bad thing because it pushes me to go harder, but also it takes away the progress that I already made in the gym. You know what I mean? It takes away from that, and it takes away the value of that, you know? So I think it's a 50-50 thing. Social media helps a little bit because it motivates you to want better and see that you can do better, and then also it takes away the fact that you're doing better, but you have these super high expectations where it's like you don't see the betterness that you already have accomplished, you know? You don't see the value that you put in your body. So that's why I always say, just like, instead of comparing yourself to other people, compare yourself to who you used to be last year, 2 years ago, you know? Social media, bro, this is crazy, bro. It's definitely 50-50 though, in my opinion. Alright, y'all, we on some rear ducks. Let's get it. I wanted to talk about more about fat burners, supplements, and stuff like that, and what should you be taking, and then what's not needed. All right. So some teams, like when I say teams, I mean like some like coaches, they provide their clients fat burners for show, right? To burn an extra 120 calories, extra 100 calories, because fat burners don't have such a super big impact on how much fat you're burning, but it does operate up like your body's temperature, make you hotter and make you burn more calories, I would say, by working out or walking, doing something like that. But it's not like an immense like transformation you'll get from it. No. I had to learn that crap. I didn't know fat burning really was a thing. I thought it was a fad, honestly. But a lot of coaches use it. Me, I personally won't use it because it's a waste of money. It's really expensive, like $50 for a bottle. I'm like, not worth it. Supplements, I take supplements just to make sure I'm hitting all my things, even if I'm deficient in something, or because I never got my blood work done. I need to, but just to stay on top of everything, I just take 2 multivitamins and 2 fish oils every day, just to make sure everything's up and operating. But I suggest anybody take multivitamins any day of the week. Don't go to GNC, go to Walmart and get like the bottle that's for like 50 plus euros. Got the best dosage compared to GNC, and it's worth the price. It's only $11 for a super big capsule or super big bottle. So I definitely suggest that. But I suggest everybody get a multivitamin, because I believe a lot of average people, average people, I don't believe that they all hitting their nutrients that they need to, especially magnesium. Magnesium is something a lot of people are deficient in, even me, before I started taking my vitamins. So I will always suggest taking multivitamins every single day, because it's not all about like the physical, but it's also mental, you know what I'm saying? Like you have a lot of brain fog, a lot of confusion and stuff like that. So those things will help with that, and make you overall feel good. We all want to feel good, right? Lord. Want some hammer curls? Oh man, crazy pump today. Oh, I'm done. I feel so depleted today. I can't wait. I cannot wait till tomorrow. I feel so lethargic. Let's get this posing on and get up out of here. That was a good pump. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next week. We go.